Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Nick's Quick Bits. Today I wanted to go through 5 tips I feel beginner guitarists might find useful. Over the years I've been teaching a lot of students and the same problems kind of crop up every now and then. So yeah, here's 5 tips that you might find useful. So tip number 1 is learn the basics. And what I mean by the basics are fretting hand, picking or strumming hand, and kind of your posture and how you're sitting with your guitar. Let's start with the fretting hand. You need to have a loose grip-ish on the neck. You don't want to be squeezing it really tight. Some people play with their thumb over the neck. Some play it just underneath. Both are fine. But what you really don't want to do is have your thumb position pointing that way, kind of away from you. Because what that does is it narrows your fingers, and what we really need to be doing is, a lot of people when they begin, they start with playing and pushing down on the pads of their fingers. You really need to be pushing down on the tip of your finger. And a nice way to kind of see how you're doing that is play a chord, maybe a D major, and play them all one at a time. If they're all ringing out, fantastic. If they're not, maybe your fingers are angled a bit further down than they should be. So yeah, try to use the tips of your fingers for your fretting hand, and try and keep your thumb pretty straight, definitely not pointing away from you. And to keep it loose, don't grip the neck really hard, because that can kind of push the guitar out of tune a little bit. Strumming or picking hand, you want it to be at about a 90-degree angle, and that's gonna kind of change depending on your posture. So if you really hunch over and look over your guitar, what some people have a tendency to do is bring this elbow down and over and try and play a bit closer to the fretboard. We don't want that. We want to kind of sit up straight. We want that 90-degree angle there to be on your right hand. And you need to be holding your plectrum properly as well if you're using a plectrum, if you're playing with a plectrum. I try and get a small triangle in between my thumb and my index finger. People hold their plectrum differently. There's no real right or wrong way to do it, but I wouldn't recommend holding it like this or kind of with other fingers. And I would try to get a small triangle because you don't want that plectrum to be hitting against your pick guard. So yeah, they are those 3 basics that you should be aware of when you're playing. Left hand, right hand, and kind of your posture and how you're sitting. Tip number 2 is create a practice regime or a routine. Let's say you've got 15 minutes in your day that you've allocated to guitar. Split up that 15 minutes and do 5 minutes of small bits. So the first 5 minutes is maybe a technique building exercise. Your second 5 minutes is working on your chords, whether that's a C to a G or a G to a D. If you can't quite get that right, then repeat that. Kind of repetition is really, really important when we're practicing. And then finally work on a strumming pattern, maybe for your last 5 minutes, whether that's kind of 1, 2, 3 and 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4. And if you can't quite get the chord changes, then just stay on one chord, 1, 2 and 4. And make sure you're focusing on different things over kind of that period of practice. Obviously, the more you practice, the quicker you get better. That's entirely up to you. But split your practice up. Keep it interesting, keep it different, and focus on different things as you go. Tip number 3, play slowly. Play and learn things slower than they should do. YouTube's got a great feature where you can slow videos down. Our course has great features on Sound Slice where you can slow stuff down. Learn something slow. There's nothing worse than thinking you've got something and then you've taken some shortcuts. Don't take shortcuts in your playing because you're trying to play it up to speed when your fingers can't quite do it yet. It should be a tip in itself, but using a metronome can really help you to kind of bring that speed back. So yeah, please practice slowly and make sure it sounds good before kind of moving on. Tip number 4, be critical of your own playing. If you can't do something 5 times in a row perfectly, then keep going until you can, you know. Be critical of, is that bend going up high enough? Is that string ringing out? If it's not, then go back and keep trying to do it until you can do it 5 times in a row without any problems, and then move on. Then you can say, right, got that, on to the next thing. My 5th and final tip would be to learn things that you enjoy, whether that's the Beatles, the blues, whether you like, whether you want to learn Guns N' Roses. It's always good to have a goal at the end of your practice that you want to be playing something that you enjoy listening to. And if you're struggling with that, then find a teacher. A good teacher will adapt songs to your ability. If you want to learn something that's maybe a bit too difficult or sounds too difficult, a good teacher should be able to kind of simplify that for you and put that into a way where you can play it. Yeah, that's it from me. If you've enjoyed this, let me know. I'm more than happy to do more, but these are things that I've tried to incorporate in my teaching, things that I've noticed through teaching my students, and hopefully a couple of bits that kind of will help you along with your guitar journey. See you in the next one.